MFL Nation. I don't even remember what happened this weekend. It feels like it was so long ago, but we're here. We're
Yeah, it was a
safe.
little while ago.
We're ready to produce.
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 What are you gonna produce?
Solid show. Like anything to distract me from the Tua-less Dolphins that scored 3 points against the Seahawks.
That's crazy. Did Mike McDaniel know that Tua wasn't playing in that game?
Probably not knowing McDaniel. He probably thought he was going to start.
Yeah. Is Tua gonna come back?
I think he's going to come. If I did, I think he comes back week 9.
Really?
Yeah.
If you were not a Dolphins fan, what would you advise?
Well, since I'm a Dolphins fan and I realized he's not the quarterback we thought he was, so he made it a good run, and I say join the booth.
Okay, but for his well-being, do you think he should retire?
No, but all kidding aside, I think that I think if he wants to continue to play, he should.
You think
If
if
the
what?
doctors, if he wants to continue to play, he should.
Okay.
If he's cleared, and I get it, and then if it happens again, okay, that's hopefully the final straw. But no, I think if he wants to play, he should be allowed to return.
Okay.
I doubt he'll retire. You think he'll retire?
I don't know. Like I feel that even if he's out for a season, he might not retire right away, and he'll think about it at least. Like it's not something you decide within a week. I feel so.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, we've got a jam-packed show.
Yes.
Saw a lot of crazy tight games this past weekend. Lots of games of the week in each division. But before that, a few quick things. I don't know if you saw the post. You probably didn't because you're so busy. We're looking for writers for the Laval and the Brossard League. It is paid, so if you're interested, Willie, are you interested?
But then I have to watch those games, no?
You can pretend.
Yeah, that's possible.
But yeah, so maybe I should reshare that post. So look, doesn't have to be that long of an article, and the grammar and spelling just has to be a tad bit better than Kevin's. So we're really not asking for a lot. Yeah, just one small article per week, especially if you're already in Laval or Brossard. Remind me to say this message again when we're talking about Laval and Brossard, because I know
Okay.
not everyone watches the intro.
Yeah, okay.
So that's for that. If you're interested in part of, well, I think the biggest benefit is being part of our media crew messenger chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like lots of fun stuff go down in there.
Facts.
Other thing, it's only been we only had 3 weeks of the NFL season, right?
Yeah.
And we already have our Survivor winner.
Chesney.
Oh, you saw that?
Yep.
Yeah. So congratulations, Moldshine. Just remind us next time you register, so we can give you a half season off. And he's currently, I think, in second place for the Pick'em, so he might win another half season there.
That's crazy. Oh, boy,
What
smart
happened to
guy.
yours?
I picked the Bengals.
You what?
I picked the Bengals week 1, and they lost to the Patriots.
Oh yeah, me too. I picked the Bengals week 1, but you didn't do the Pick'em.
No, I didn't.
Why? Too much work?
Yeah. No, I don't know why. I think I kind of forgot.
Okay, okay. And last but not least, how's your fantasy team going?
Thanks for asking. I won this one. I'm 2-1. And um, my in one of the leagues, my 2 wins have been by a combined 1.5 points. So just basically
Do you have any leagues that are on
by
ESPN?
a hair. No, we do the the Yahoo app.
Okay. Have you know what Field Yates is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You ever watch the ESPN Fantasy Life podcast with Field Yates?
No, not really.
No?
No, the white guy with black hair.
Well, do you ever watch any podcast where they read a publicity or a sponsor or something like that? Like while they're just chit chatting and then oh, and by the way, speaking of this,
No, not really.
no?
No.
Okay, because we got one on our show now. You know our boy Diego, right?
Yeah.
So our boy Diego started a little company for jerseys. And we know that a lot of teams don't got these nice jerseys or got these pennies or have like I've seen literally like a Sharpie number behind like white t-shirts, right? So little message from our boy and past MFL champion and MVP Diego. So, calling all athletes and teams, are you ready to stand out on the field? Look no further. With Diego Castro's business, just carry it. He is bringing you top quality, fully customizable sports uniforms starting at just $25. That's right, $25 for premium, made to order uniforms that reflect your team style, colors, and spirit. And guess what? Shipping is always free,
Pros.
no matter where you are. Plus, if you're one of the first 10 clients, you'll get an exclusive 15% off your second order. So, why wait? Why are you waiting, William? Give your team the look they deserve without breaking the bank. Contact him today on Instagram at justcarry_it. That's justcarry_it. By phone at 438-409-1428, 438-409-1428, or by email at diegocastroare@gmail.com, and get your team looking good so they play good. Just carry it, you dream it, they make it. Did I do
I
that
like
well?
it. That's really good. Maybe get a new nice lime green for Thunder Buddy. Spice them up.
Yeah, might be too soon. If we get this, a lot of the same players that come back next season.
You're freezing like a lot.
You were freezing a lot before. I don't know if it's me or you.
Shoot, really, hey?
Um, but yeah. So yeah, for Thunder Buddies, if ever we have the majority of the team coming back, what?
Yeah, cool stuff. Diego's group.
Yeah. All right, so let's get right into it with let's start with the women's division. Can you see my screen?
Alrighty.
You see my
Yeah,
screen?
yeah. Thanks.
So
Yep.
in the women's division, we had 3 shutouts. Did you get to see any of the games?
Did I see any?
Yeah, did you see any of the women games?
No, I did check the scores before. I was a bit surprised. I think I picked
You think you picked? Hold up. Let's see if we could get this fixed right now.
they're really frozen.
It's really freezing, eh?
Yeah.
What's different than all the other times?
Shoot. I think it's the cowboy shirt you're wearing.
You don't think it's your cat that like chewed up your wires at your house or something?
No, no.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it good now?
You good?
Yeah. Am I still freezing?
No, you're a little better.
Okay, okay. So did you see any of these women's games?
No, no, I didn't. Like I said, I checked the score, the Majestic Divas, which I picked them to win, and was also wrong about that one.
Yeah. I really thought that it'd be a much closer game here. Pretty shocked to see the score of 35-0. Look, first year quarterback, Kayla, you're gonna have some tough games. It's like bound to happen. Like no one's gonna come out and play 10 great games. The biggest takeaway is what you learn from it, right? Like obviously you probably did a lot more things wrong than right, but it's to not replicate those same mistakes. Um, and as for Steelers, like they're looking real good.
Yeah, put up 35 points, 5 touchdowns, 4 different receivers. Look at that the ball distribution. No receiver with over 3 catches, yards almost the same for the top three there. Only
Yeah.
one interception for Branda there. So a great game by her and the squad.
Yeah, you got Monica Roy catching 2 balls for 2 touchdowns. Claudine getting a deep ball touchdown for 42 yards. On defense, you have Harmony with 2 sacks, Kelly with 2 interceptions. Melissa Ann with another interception. Like it's, I'm very eager to see the Steelers Tigres matchup coming up this week 8. Battle of undefeated teams right there. You can see the winner of this game is going to cement their place in first for now. The teams through 9 games combined for 26 total points against. Is that's nuts, right?
Talk about strong defense.
Like Tigres are averaging like literally a point and some change a game. Like look at this, 1.4 points against per game. Like out of their 5 games, they have 4 shutouts. Like that's insanity. Like I don't think we've ever seen this before in the MFL. Like any division.
That is incredible. Do the girls ever play at Arthur Terrier?
Let me check.
Because I feel like I've never seen
Edna Perez leading the way with 5 picks. Karen with 4. Um, Alexander with 5 sacks. Well, this game's going to be a Terrier.
Okay, nice.
They have quite a few games of Terrier. I
Okay,
think
okay.
they just haven't been around much lately.
Yeah, true, right?
Shoot, huh?
Yeah, sugar.
So, where were we? Yeah, sorry. So it's not even this upcoming weekend that we're going to see Steelers Tigres. It's the following week. This weekend, Tigres are going to, Majestic Divas are going to get a test their luck against another undefeated team, Tigres. Back-to-back games against great teams. So for Majestic Divas, it's going to be like, look, we're not going to lie to each other. It's definitely not the favorite coming into this game, right? I don't think anyone is a favorite going against Tigres. But what could they do to keep the game close?
Yeah, I think look, you got to remember what got you, so far in the season to, the couple wins that you do have. And
They might only have one, or no? That's sorry, there's Drapo. Majestic
yeah,
Divas are 3-1
that's
actually.
three, yeah, 3-1. So look, I mean, they did win 3 games. They put up a stinker in their last one. So that somebody's just kind of gotta take the tape and flush it down the toilet. And you have a bad game, and that's to be expected. If it happens too often, then you talk about it. Maybe you kind of just forget about last game. Try and do a little bit more of what you did. I wouldn't change too much, right? Because Steelers are a good team. They're athletic, and so are Tigres. But these are 2 different style of teams you're playing against. So doesn't mean what didn't work against Steelers may not work against Tigres.
Yeah, and maybe my advice when you're like a big underdog in games like this, like obviously, even if you try not to, the team that's the favorite, and when you're like a huge favorite like Tigres, it's very, very easy to take the other team lightly and not take them too seriously, right? And they're probably going to come to the park expecting to win the game with reason, right? But the longer the game remains close, the more stress is going to be on Tigres, and the more chances they may make a mistake at that point. So for Majestic Divas, it's important to make sure your drives are as long as possible. Like stay in the huddle till almost the very last second. Keep it super simple. Just try to get completions, get the ball in your girls' hands, and get the ball in your playmakers' hands, and try to extend those drives as long as possible. Because the more time you have the ball, I mean, the less time they have the ball, right? And you want them, you want to at least try to win that time of possession battle. And it'll probably give you the best chance of keeping the game as close as possible.
Yeah, it's a good call for sure. Good teams aren't used to playing in tight games, right, against a team they should be able to beat.
Yeah, so definitely the game of the week here is the Drapeau against Crazy Bees. Crazy Bees are still winless. If they want to have a chance at making the playoffs, this is the game they got to win. Des Drapeau have one win more than them, so if they win this one, they'll both have the same amount of wins. Look, Crazy Bees 6 points through 5 games, literally the opposite of Tigres. I know they tried something different at the quarterback position. Hasn't been easy for them, but they have like GF Laurence coaching them, who's been a great quarterback himself in Division 5. Maybe not the best weekend that he just went by. I didn't like dive deep into his stats, but I saw a few picks. But look, I've seen them play. They're definitely more talented than their record and their points for show. Like, yes, defensively, it's a bit of a mess, but on offense, they should be scoring at least 1 touchdown a game. And same goes for them, as I said, for Majestic Divas. You want to keep the ball in your possession as long as you can. Keep it simple, even if it's just everyone hook at 1 yard. Throw the ball to the open lady. She'll turn around. She might get an extra 2, 3 yards. That's 2 to 4 yards per play. It should be enough to get that first down. People are going to miss tackles at some point. Just keep it simple. Like, you don't need to go for that crazy play. Like, way too often, not only in the women's division but also in Division 5, I see new quarterbacks starting out and they just love to throw it deep. It's like a buddy of mine's a gym teacher, and in high school, and he's teaching flag football. He's like, it's crazy how like people, when they first get initiated to the sport, they just think like the excitement, the long pass, like the long completion. Like, he's asking the kids to like draw plays, and everyone's like, it's four verticals almost all the time. Like, everyone's going deep. Whereas in flag football, it's the complete opposite. Like, if just stick around and watch a Division 1, Division 2 game, you'll see more often than not, it's the short game that's utilized a lot more. And I think that's some advice for anyone. And like, we've helped out a few teams in the past, and if you have questions about certain plays, we could try to help you out. But like, it's really just about keeping it simple and just throwing to the open receiver. I know it sounds much easier said than done, and obviously with 6 points through their first 5 games, the struggles are maybe deeper than that. But just take it one play at a time.
Yeah, you can't get overwhelmed, right? Sometimes you look at the score, and you may be down by quite a lot and think that you need it all back at once, uh, and that too can be daunting. Like you said, play one play at a time. Forget about the score. Just trying to improve what you did from the past week, even the past drives or the past play. But yeah, for Crazy Bees, if they go to 0-6 and DS go to 2-3, it's basically season done for them. So it's a must win for them.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to Brossard Division 2, because we have some people that listen to us, because we don't see no free agent name here no more. So we got White Lightning. Looks like the Chargers logo over here. I like the team name. It's much better than Foot Fungus or Doritos or whatever you're going to come up with. And
Yeah.
look, when we say that it's actually important to change your team name, they got their first win this past weekend, thanks to the name change.
Of course.
So White Lightning defeating Fast Not Furious with a score 25-20. Tough outing for actually both quarterbacks, throwing for a combined 5 interceptions. Dobbs doesn't really throw many interceptions. Robin depends on the game, but 20 out of 28. That's a huge completion percentage, almost 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. Eric Girodo, clearly the player of the game here, 5 catches for 86 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, let me see if anything else stands out here. Tyler and Diana with a pickup piece on defense for Fierce Not Fast. And you see it's good ball distribution by both quarterbacks, right? Getting like multiple receivers involved. Good back and forth game. Fortunately, I was not there for it. But let's see how this plays out in the standings now. You can see only 3 teams out of the 5 make it into the playoffs. Look, it's going to be a tight race to the end, right? With this win for White Lightning, they're definitely not out of it, right? They're on a bye this coming week, and then their next game. Wait, are they on a bye? Yeah, they're on a bye this week, and then their next game will be against Banana Blitz. So that's like definitely must win for them if they want to have a chance at leapfrogging Banana Blitz. But yeah.
It'll be cool. Like even like Banana Blitz, their impact only half a game behind. Actually, Banana Blitz half a game behind the second and third place team.
Yeah. Well, actually,
a little more than half a game behind.
Yeah, it'd be like a game and a half behind.
A game and a half behind, but still within reach there of the 2 and the 3 seed. And then, like you said, if White Lightning wins their next game, they'll be 2 and 4. It could be exciting.
Yeah. And there were some exciting stuff in the Brossard Division 1. You look at Old School over here. It was they had a theme going on. Let's win our games by 1 point, beating Red Knot Skins 38-37 and beating Spartans in overtime, 39-38. Crazy games there. Let's see how many overtimes it went to before taking a look at the standings. Haven't been freezing anymore since the beginning.
None of all good.
Okay. Oh yeah, so it was Dave St. Jean subbing for Old School, getting the game-winning convert in overtime started off. We only needed one overtime in this one. And now look, Punishers with a huge win this weekend over Iron Chiefs, sitting atop of the standings. Punishers was like a new team last spring, right? Starting in Division Two. Midway through the season, we had to bump them up because clearly they were way too strong to play in Division Two. And one of the top teams of Division One right now with Spartans, who are also a team that moved up from Division Two. So great to see these Division Two teams moving up to Division One and having such a big impact in Brossard's highest division, right?
And honestly, the fact that it's like happening this quickly too, right? Usually, you need to come up a division. You may take a few seasons.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go around 500, maybe even a little less. Right, 4-6, 3-7. You try and figure it out. But no, the fact that you right now like records of 3-1, 3-1, sitting atop of the leaderboard, and with a pretty good plus minus differential. So that's no, be able to put up points too. That's flag football's yes, defense is important too, but it's it's
It's all
really
about
is
the
the
offense, baby.
yeah, it's first to score 30 plus, and they put up 46 this weekend. So
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe Spartans or Red Knot Skins were the first to score 30 plus here, eh?
yeah, true. What a game, 38, 30, 37.
Yeah, Red Knot Skins were the first to put up 30.
And they lost.
Yeah, those converts.
Well, high scoring games. Look at it. Look, 38, 46, 39, 46.
And then here, Spartans were the first to put up 30. So this past weekend, the two teams that were first to put up 30 did not win. But Punishers and Spartans in this game were clearly the first to put up 30. So I guess you have a 50-50% chance to put up 30 first.
Man, put up 30 and limit the other team to 20.
Analytics. uh, all right. Let's take a look what happened in Laval. So we had a bunch of games in Laval.
I saw
Uh,
some cool highlights, I think, on YouTube.
yeah, yeah, and we're gonna have more.
Nice.
We're very lucky to have Patrick O'Reilly with his drone there. So
Nice.
feel very fortunate that he's playing in the Laval League. So for those Brossard folks that are wondering, you just gotta get someone on one of the teams have a drone, and there you go, right?
That's it.
Um, so yeah, I saw quite a few games here. Look, the Wonder Dogs had Avery help them out a little bit, and they put up 13 points in this one. Looking at their season totals, it must be close to a high for them. 8-0-6-0. Yeah. First time all season they put up 2 touchdowns. Unfortunately, Avery had to go at halftime, so they went from a 24-13 score to 24-0. And Gators had Goldrick subbing for them, not even Jason at quarterback in this one. So could have been a little more one-sided. But look, hopefully, maybe not in the second half, but Avery showed enough in this game to help out the team, and maybe it can become a thing that they'll be scoring double-digit points in multiple games now. Besides that game, so this Bandits Panthers V2 game was very low scoring. It was all about the defense. Look, there was a safety in this game midway through the first half. Turns out those were the 2 points that made the difference, right? Gabriel Chaput getting the safety on Frankie Dani, coming to you from a handguard actually in his own end zone, and that was the difference in this game.
Damn. We just said offense wins games.
Yeah, and look, I mean, maybe Brossard's an offensive league and Laval's our defensive league, right? Both teams were advancing the ball pretty well, I'd say, and just weren't able to get more points or capitalize. Both defenses came up clutch, especially in the red zone. Look, Frankie threw some darts and like some beautiful balls. in this game. And seriously, I think Bandits actually found their long term quarterback now. Look, losing this one, only scoring 6 points, but I feel there was more positive from both teams than like the score and the stats indicate here. Um, Look, it was a sack showdown. You got 5 sacks from one team, 4 from the other. 6 total players, at least a sack in this one. um, yeah, pretty impressive.
Damn.
Then we had, man, Team Sauce. Just looking at their at how their season's been going, still looking for that first win. But you see here, okay, lost by 11, lost by 20, but then lost by a single point, lost by 1 point, lost by 3 points, lost by 14. They have half of their losses that came with by fewer than a touchdown. Like it's a tough break for them, right? Look, now they're playing Wonder Dogs. They most definitely should get their first win, but this team could have very well been 3-3 like that. And they didn't have their starting quarterback this past weekend, so Max subbed in at the quarterback position for them. Look, he put up 19 against Galactic Fun, who's a good team, and he put up 24 against Villains, who are the top team of the division, right?
It's impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive. But like Jeremy Thompson O'Reilly in this game just balled out and 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Villains are definitely, I think, the team to beat with maybe high audibles in this division. I'm going to take a look at the standings in a second. So, as I was saying, Jeremy Thompson O'Reilly, great ball distribution in this one. Gabriel Fortin leading the way, 7 for 63, a touchdown. You had Jeremy Ertz with 2 touchdowns on 5 catches. Jenna with another 2 touchdowns. Good to see her back. And Papa O'Reilly with 2 catches, 7 yards, a touchdown, and a 1 point conference. We got 2 of them in the end zone there.
Nice.
Yeah, look, now to go back to the standings there. See, we have 4 teams with just one single loss. That's pretty like insane, right? You see, like it's very top heavy. You see, you have the Wonder Dogs and Team Sauce combining for an 0-11 record. That's what it gives you there. Yeah, you look at the top teams and like just Panthers, Villains, like completely different teams, right? I know Villains have one more game played, but almost having double the points for the Panthers have. Um, yeah, it's going to be a great battle for those last playoff seed spots, right? Dynasty also played 2 games this past weekend, losing to High on Audibles 40-26, then winning a tight one against Galactic Fun 20-19. That came to the very very end there. Um, I think this Laval division is shaping out to be a really good one, and I'm very excited to see who will be crowned the first champs here.
Yeah, it's tight, and you're looking like from you talked about the top seeds, but looking from uh, 5 to 8, like separates by 1 game. And like let's say if High Audibles this weekend they're playing Bandits, if they lose, High Audibles do and Bandits win, they both sit at 3-2. So a lot can be decided even like after this past weekend. We got a lot of games you see here. And you're like Northsiders are playing, but Bandits have a double
Same
header. So who knows what
same thing
happens
happens
there?
there with Northsiders and Panthers. If Northsiders beat Panthers, they're both sitting at 3-2, right?
It depends what happens with the Bandits in the first game. So a lot this weekend is it's going to be shaking things up.
Yeah, High Audible's playing against the Panthers, like a bunch of good games here, really. Yeah. Based on the little knowledge you have of Laval, which would you say is the game of the week?
Hey, I like it. I was hoping you'd ask me a question like that. I'm gonna go with could be my gut's telling me Galactic Fun and the Gators should be a good one. 3-1 Gators, 3-2 Galactic Fun. Um, I don't know too much, but I think both teams have been pretty solid, putting up points for the most part. And this one could be a first to 40 wins.
Really?
Yep.
Let's go see some season stats. I don't think we did this for Laval as of yet. See the receiving, you got JP Morier leading the way with over 300 yards in only 4 games. That's really impressive. Um, Loic leading in touchdowns and also in receptions, I believe. Wow, Loic having almost double the receptions of the second player in Mathieu Leblanc over here. Got Gato also with 26 in only 3 games. Really impressive there. Um, well, yeah, obviously Jeremy's going to be leading the way, but Jason Armenti, 124 rushing yards in 3 games. That's over 40 yards a game. Seven
And
yard averaging over 7 yards
geez,
a pop. Where do those wheels come, Jason?
damn, that is impressive.
And passing yards, we got Rob Prudhomme. Touchdowns. Look Jeremy, man. He doesn't. His touchdown to interception ratio has always been like crazy. 21-2. That's insane. Um, and let's look on the defensive side of the ball. You got Justin White leading the way with 6 interceptions. Lucas, your boy, with 9 sacks through 3 games, averaging 3 a game, and
Let's get
even
it.
to go along with 2 safeties, 3 bad downs. James Nguyen being as of right now, the best tackler in the division. So, yeah, interesting stuff.
I like it. A lot of ballers.
Division 5.
Yeah, let's go D5.
Oh, so in D5 we had my game of the week, which was Phoenix Jungle Squad. Both teams were undefeated at the time. Obviously, as you know, no ties exist in the MFL, so only one team can leave the field undefeated. And I gotta say, I was uh, pleasantly surprised. I mean, in a bad way, about this game. I really thought Jungle Squad would put up a better fight. Look, the score doesn't seem as if they got blown out, but like Phoenix were in total control from beginning to end here. Uh, Look, the stats seem pretty good on both sides, but like if you saw this game, there was just no chance that Jungle Squad were like on the same level as Phoenix. I really hope. I mean, it seems like it because from what I've been seeing and hearing earlier in the season, Jungle Squad seemed for real. They were not a pretender; they were clearly a contender. And I just hope that it was just a bad game from everyone in this one. I just hope that it happens, right? You have that one bad game when it rains it pours, right?
Hmm.
And I hope for them that it was that because the last thing I think anyone wants to see is Phoenix and Kevin run away with it in any division, right? But especially in Division 5. But look, his team's good, and Kevin's good. Like he threw 2 picks. One of them he had raisins in his mouth or grapes when he threw that pick. Don't ask, you understand.
It
Uh,
sounds like him.
yeah, but yeah, very impressive outing by everyone. Like Gabriel Hernandez, 6 for 61, 2 touchdowns. Nicolas Hurtubise, baller. Ilias Jordana and Chris even getting some catches. Pierre Luc got a huge interception in this one. Um, Maybe it wasn't given to him, or maybe it was on a convert. Um, Also getting a sack. But also Elena in this game was like one of the lone bright spots for this not very bright Jungle Squad team. 5 catches, 64 yards, a touchdown, a 1 point convert, 3 sacks on defense. And coming up, she actually sacked Kevin twice on first down that were so close to a safety and made Phoenix have a second and long situation. Um, but look, it seemed as if like it was Gold's first game with them. Like they were just not connecting. Gold threw 41 passing attempts, and I gotta say, over half of them were underhand passes. Like,
Yeah, oh, well, I didn't see the game, but I was gonna say, look, it's not always about the picks, right? When you force a quarterback to 25 incompletions there, Jungle Squad to only his 16 completions there. Was it the DBs of Phoenix strapping them up, or some drop balls, or like I guess you said there was a little bit of miscommunication there.
yeah, yeah. Some players from Pick Scissors came to see me before the game, and right away I'm like, "Oh shit! Congratulations on your first win last week." Because like if we look at the way their season started, and you saw them play a few times, did you?
These guys, I don't think I have. I'd like to though.
The little young kids there that were getting killed early on in the season and wrote to us for some help, or wrote to me for some help. Um, and maybe they actually listened to the tips we gave them because they're on a 2-game win streak. And look, we thought it was going to be a tough season for them, especially after losing 48-6 against Pick Sixers. And I don't know if I showed too much excitement in their first win when they came up to me because I was like, "Oh wow, congratulations, you got your first win. That's great." Like a lot of teams get like don't win in the first season, so it's like I'm trying to cheer them up. I'm like, but we're planning on winning again today. That's like straight face. We're planning on winning again today, like as if like, yeah, we gotta win. It's normal. And I'm like, okay, who are you playing Sparta? I'm like, oh man, I'm like, it's gonna be a tough one. You know, they got a lot of veterans on that team. Got GF, you got a Boryavar, Devante, like. And they didn't only beat Spartans, they kind of crushed them by 20 points there. And they actually showed up their name because 1, 2, 3 pick sixes in this game. So we just needed to be a little patient with them. They weren't called the pick sixes for nothing. When you get 3 pick sixes in the same game, 5 total interceptions, hold the other QB to 75 yards. I mean, not just pretty experienced QB for this division. I know it's only maybe a second season under his belt, but given all his football knowledge, like that's very, very impressive for the Pick Sixers. So like, it's not too little, too late for them. We're gonna look at the standings in a second, but this team's catching fire at the right time.
And honestly, that's incredible. Talk about living up to the name, right? 3 pick sixes, 5 total picks. And yeah, no, I think you've undersold it. Like JF throwing 5 picks in this division is shocking. I don't even know if he had that many picks on the year combined. But look, man, it's a lot of these defense leading to offense, and we play complementary football. That's going to help your team. And right now they have 2 straight wins due to the pick sixers. And look, what if they're playing budget cats this weekend? I think that could potentially be another victory. Be another victory. Yeah, that'd be exactly 3 in a row for them. And then like you said, we'll check out the standings. But it just takes a few games to get things together. And then once you start clicking, especially on the defensive side of the ball, right? Like that's where you got to communicate, you got to talk. It's probably hard to get on the same page on defense really when you're first starting out. Because you got to choose what you're playing, man or zone, how you're going to switch it off. So good stuff for them. I'm happy. I'd like to 10:30. I'd like to see that. Is that game? I think I play at 12. Is that game at Arthur Terrier or Darcy McGee? I forget. Where's our game with the Thunder?
Darcy.
Okay, so no, I'm playing at Darcy. And their game?
Arthur.
Shoot, it would have been cool to see a bit of that one. But
to answer your questions, GF had 15 picks through 5 games. He's at 20 now through 6. On pace to shatter his record. I saw a few of his games, and he was maybe which of the games I watched. He was much better protecting the ball, and he plays with Kevin. So maybe he saw that Kevin was throwing a lot of picks in Division 2, and he maybe thought like that's what you have to do since Kevin's Kevin. But no, you do the opposite of what Kevin does. But jokes aside. Maybe the picks were like drop balls, tip balls, and stuff like that. It might not all be on JF here, right?
I think because of the rain we've gotten, like everyone's picks have been pretty high this year.
Yeah, but honestly, good job to like the whole Pick Sixers team, but especially shout out to Samuel, Mark, and Nate for getting at least a pick in this game. Mark and Samuel 2 picks, returning 1 for 6 each. Nate also 6 for 62 yards, a touchdown, a 1-point convert. Look, it just goes to show you throw for 99 yards and you still win this game and put up 32 damn points. Like there's many different ways to win a flag football game, right?
With only 7 rushing yards.
Yeah. Feel we haven't spoken about their last calls in a little while. Getting a big statement win here, 48-6. They want to show if they're one of the heavy hitters in this division as well. Good-ish ball distribution. There's someone within that had more catches than Sebastian, so that's always good. Guillaume, clean game, 0 interceptions. Win a lot of games when that happens. We know he's a gunslinger and he has a great. He must have one of the best deep balls in this division. He actually reminds me a lot of another Guillaume, Renaud Dumoulin, who has a crazy arm as well. I feel kind of the same style. They also have the same name. But look, oh wow, Louis Francois with 3 picks, a pick six. Guillaume getting 2 picks on defense. Sebastian getting a pick as well. Um, Obviously, it was all the last calls in this game. But now Asbin, look, they have ass in their name, so we probably weren't expecting great things from them, and they're just confirming it. But if they want to not be as ass, like what do they got to do in the last 3 games now? They're playing at Spartans, Pick Sixers, and Barefoot. 3 winnable games for them.
Yeah, so three winnable games. So that against Pick Sixers now, who knows? But you look at them this year. They've been in terms of points. They score 0, they score 7, they score 25, and they have 0-0, 18-6. So I'm curious to see like what happened in that game there when they played against 5-1-4 to put up 25 points because they're only averaging 8. So try and go back to that game. Maybe they spread the ball out. Maybe let's see if you look at that game over there. They only got 1 pick defensively, so it wasn't a
Yeah, I
bunch of
thought it was like 4 pick
pieces.
sixes or something.
No, exactly. But look, it was keeping it like 3 for 44, 7, 43, 330, keeping it simple. Getting the ball to your playmakers. Like Eric, I assume would be the snapper, and take the easy passes if they're there. I'd say like similar to what we talked about in the pre-show, and yeah, like you said, it's going to be winnable games. Don't have to go crazy. Don't have to do too much. So yeah, try and keep things a little bit more simple.
Yeah. Look, Slick's big booties. Slick's obviously we know we're one of the top teams in the division. Like I still view big booties as an average team in the division, but the way they've been playing so far, they're maybe slightly below average right now. Jorge had more touchdowns than interceptions this one, so that's obviously a positive, even though he only threw 2 touchdowns. Luca, very clean game, 16 for 26, 163, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Pirat being his main target, but good ball distribution overall, right? And we know Luca could. Wow, interesting. He had a -1 2-point convert attempt there. I'm gonna take a note, and sometimes the app does some funny things. And speak to John about that.
That's pretty cool.
Ryan getting 3 sacks in this game. Kayla leading the way with 7 tackles. And look, I get how for a new quarterback you want to rely on your top guy, Max, 8 for 88, a touchdown. Kayla getting the other touchdown. But like we've been seeing it a lot for like many teams, not just big booties. Like this is for many teams. It's always better when you get more people involved. And this team has talent, right? Like I saw Barbara in Division 3 with CIA averaging almost 10 yards a catch. Like she had like 2 or 3 catches, and all 2 or 3 of them went for a first down and more than 10 yards. So Barbara could definitely ball out on Division 5. Max, Angar, Kayla, Barbara, Leanne, all those receivers are more than capable of contributing in this division. So I really think it's look, Jorge, you have Max there. Like you don't have like you can't have many better veterans or mentors for the quarterback position in the situation. But it's also good to kind of fly with your own rings, right? Like take control of that huddle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you have to earn the respect from your players. And look, you're playing in Division 5. You're playing to have fun. You're playing with a great group of people. Like everyone on this big booties team is a good time, right? Like I'm pretty sure that no matter what the score is, it's good vibes on this team. Like I don't think that there's any tension or any of that. So like remove that stress off your shoulders and just call your offense, right? Like we've been saying it a lot of times that a lot of new quarterbacks have like playbooks of like 10 plus plays. Like now's the time to pick your 3 favorite plays that you think work the most often, maybe 5, and just alternate those plays, right? Like my favorite play, one of them is still all hooks, right? I find it works, and it's you're gonna get 5 yards on it, right? So if you have a play that's working, like in Division 5, most defenses they don't do those adjustments as quick, right? So keep rolling with it till you get stopped. And yeah, let's see who they have coming up now.
Yeah, you're right. Because look at the squad. Like Kayla, definitely good enough to be a wide receiver 1 on this squad, so she deserves more, maybe more targets.
Ouch, it's going to be tough against a last call. It's going to be a really tough game this upcoming weekend. Max going to have some really good game plan on defense, especially to try to shut down Sebastian. Like Sebastien, Luca Alzate is probably like one of the better players in well, for sure this division, but he could definitely ball out in higher divisions as well. Then they got 28-3, Wong Dynasty, Pick Sixers, Phoenix. Like it's not an easy schedule by any means, right? But there's
Oh,
definitely games they could go out there and win. Um, they just got to play better, I think. Like I didn't have the opportunity yet to see many of their games, but by looking at their scores, I definitely think this team could be averaging more points, more than 13 points a game.
they definitely have the talent to do so. And like you said, the defense has to help them out. Get the ball back and play complementary football. But um, looking at their schedule right now, sitting at 2-3. Let's say they go 4-6. Is that going to be enough to make the playoffs? Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, let's look at the standings. They're currently sitting in the last playoff spot, and you have Spartans who are trending down. So that's reassuring for them, but I'm sure they don't want to just make the playoffs in the 8th seed and then, well, actually, 8th seed is probably the best position because then you're probably going to upset Phoenix in the first round.
There you go.
But you have Pick Sixers who are coming up for that last playoff spot as well. It's going to be a good battle, this Division 5. 14 teams, 8 make the playoffs, midway through this season now.
I like it.
So, with Division 4,
Yeah, Div 4.
got Goldrich leading the way by a wide margin here, over 1,100 yards. So did I see? Oh, yes,
Wow.
I did see some Division 4 games. Well, first of all, Action Squad Witching Hour. We know Witching Hour has been Goliath in this division, literally destroying everything in its path. Interesting to see how Action Squad came up within one score in this game, especially since Goldrick threw more interceptions than touchdowns, right?
Its group is completion percentage is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I've seen Vincent Marotte play a little bit, and he's shifty.
He's a baller.
Yeah.
5 for 80, 2 touchdowns. I'm assuming he got at least a pick. Yeah, he got 1 interception down here. Sandrine with 2 sacks. Justin getting another interception here. I think this just goes to show that Witching Squad could be beatable, right?
Witching Hour, yeah.
Sorry, Witching Hour. I mixed up combining the baby of Action Squad and Witching Hour there. But look, this game, Action Squad actually had the lead. 6 points midway through the second quarter, and it was actually tied with 2 minutes to go. So definitely Witching Hour is beatable. And yeah,
And this could be a good playoff. Sorry, this could be a good playoff matchup.
Action Squad showed that they could compete right after getting annihilated by Slot Machine earlier in the season, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of that Slot Machine, we had our Division 5 rematch between Slot Machine, Nothing But D, and boy, was it a good one. Nothing But D taking the early lead, Slot Machine coming back, then Nothing But D tying it up, Slot Machine going up, getting that convert, go ahead convert. Nothing But D tied it up again. Like it was like back and forth all game really. Both these teams really evenly matched. Marcel unfortunately went down with a knee injury later in the game. Really hope he's okay. But Eric, as we're probably gonna talk about him in Division 2 as well. 12 catches, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns in this one. Clearly the #1 target. And then you had like Carl, kind of like 1A, 1B over here. On defense, Zoe getting a huge pick in the red zone. You could argue that maybe was the TSN turning point of this game. If Nothing But D score on that drive, the game's looking very different, right? Go back here. Look, both quarterbacks were pretty accurate. 21 to 28, 24 39. Those are great completion percentages. And for Nothing But D, like honestly, great ball distribution.
Yeah.
Like almost everyone involved. No one with more than 41 yards. A bunch of guys with a bunch of catches. Marcel Giovanni, and Christopher Giovanni. Clearly the Alex's top 2 targets here. So like slot machine have also been killing a few teams. Nothing but D had that poor start of the season, getting destroyed by Witching Hour. Um, but look, it's been loss, win, loss, win, loss. So I'm guessing they're probably going to beat Action Squad this Saturday.
Yeah, which after two blowouts, they had three tight games. So maybe that'll be a bit more their trend.
And in spite of all that, look at the standings. They're on the outside looking in, right? Only six
Mhm.
teams out of 10 make the playoffs in Division 4. Um, yeah, it's going to be tough if they want to go in, who goes out, right?
And nothing but D there. The Action Squad has two games in hand, so if nothing but D go win their next two games, they'll be looking good. So we got to see what they play. Mustard Tigers only have played four games, 2-2. You got to assume the top four are safe, and then you battle from five to
Don't look now. Binet
nine,
with
I
two
guess.
straight wins.
Yeah, you go two.
Action Squad maybe gave it their all against the Witching Hour because they came up short against Libinet.
That's a big win for them.
I believe Blue Badgers and Mustard Tigers. Yeah, Mustard Tigers had a sub quarterback, had quite a few subs in this game. Blue Badgers did what they needed to do. Olivier Wattier, very clean game. Oliver Quinn, his main guy, 7 for 92, 3 touchdowns, 1 point convert. Great all around player. And then you just want to add to that fact that Olivier is a rushing machine. Oh my God. Yeah, 7 interceptions. You're gonna have a collection of picks on defense there
Yeah.
for a bunch of guys. Scab's full getting 2 interceptions. So did the quarterback Olivier. But I just think this is a game that you forget about for your Mustard Tigers, right? You had a bunch of subs there. And then the Sour Peeps Hawks game, I stuck around after the last game I was repping to watch the first half of it, hoping it would be a good game. I think the game started off with back-to-back interceptions for Sour Peeps on their first two drives. Three through their first four passes. I don't know if they have their quarterback on this roster. I heard that someone reached out and they said they have a quarterback, so it'll be interesting to see how they continue. But this Hawks team is definitely one of the stronger ones in Division 4.
They're putting up 37. I know, like you said, maybe some quarterback concerns there for Sour Peeps, but still able to get 6 picks in a game, two pick sixes, put up 37. That's impressive there.
Yep. All right, let's go to Division 3.
Yes, sir.
Secure Top Shooters get their first win, and Tropic Thunder get their first loss.
Marv's alive.
Yeah, Marvin's alive. Alive and well, rushing 9 times for 50 yards, a touchdown, an interception on defense. It's funny. Kevin was telling me it's so easy to figure out Secure Top Shooter's offense. Marvin could literally only do two things. He either runs or he passes. Like, yeah, Kevin, that's pretty much what you got to do when you're a quarterback. If you could run and pass, that's pretty solid.
I don't know if you could also eat or sleep as a quarterback, but yeah, I don't. That's all I usually do too as a quarterback.
Like, I don't think I saw any Division 3 games. But Tropic Thunder losing 2 games, couldn't score any points in this one against CIA Fusion. It was all CIA. Look, we thought Tropic Thunder were one of the strongest teams in the division. CIA are saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you forget about us? With that win, I believe they have that 1 seed and they hold the tiebreaker over Tropic Thunder right now. Have they played against Ducks? Because Ducks also only have 1 loss. Nope, that could be the
Game
game
of
for
the week,
Ducks
week
there,
10.
yeah. Yeah, so because I heard them discussing that they have the 1 seed almost locked up, but Ducks might have something to say about that.
And safe to say, I was wrong about blitzing bastards. I was kind of high on these guys, with the talent they had. They go 0-2 this weekend, not putting up much of a fight, losing to Drama Club, Iron Wolves. Bit surprised. I thought we were going to see more to this squad.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I kind of felt the same way. Um, and then looking at the Drama Club, looking at that game against Drama Club, Small Valley Ket, your player of the week, almost having a perfect game. It's crazy how 7 touchdowns, but only 156 yards. I'm assuming there were a lot of short yardage. They must have gotten like a few turnover on downs, and he didn't have many. Like he didn't have to drive the field that often, but nonetheless very efficient. 20 of 35, all 7 touchdowns, no interceptions, clean game there. François Xavier being his main guy, seeing something different. Usually Ben Denis has like double the receptions as anyone else on this team. So good to see that he's getting other players involved here. His usual suspects with Nico and Pierre Alexandre. Um, and on defense, you got both Bens with a pick. So Ben Denis only joins teams that have another Ben on it, like with Ben Mallet, Ben Le Petit. Um,
The
yeah.
Bens.
Um, yeah, shout out to Antoine with 3 sacks in this game. Um, Christian Pedroza, 5 for 73, 2 touchdowns. But look, we're looking at blitzing bastards quarterback here in Sanketh. Uh, Almost 900 yards, 17 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. What advice could you give him? Completing close to 50% of your passes. Like, you got Chris on the team, who's a great football mind, been in the league almost since the beginning. I don't know what kind of if Chris is trying to help out. I assume he is, but um, if you could maybe give some of your advice, what would you say if Sanket here, so you can maybe help him turn his season around and play better
Yeah.
on the stretch?
Well, like it's tough, right? Your first season playing quarterbacking. They look like they put up 31 in your second game, 32. So it hasn't been all that bad, right? One more touchdown, then interception. So you want to try and limit those picks. I think there is a time and a place to take a shot, to take your deep shots down the field, and I think you kind of got to mathematically figure it out when it is. Maybe 2nd and 2, you want to take a shot. But maybe like 3rd and 2, you kind of just want to move the chains. 1st and 10, maybe do a quick all hooks or triple slants, get a few yards there to set up second and manageable. So when you do take your deep shots, when it's okay to, it's just kind of figure out when you're gonna do that. And like he's been doing, rely on Christian and on Chris, two D1 players. For the most part this season, right? 30 catches for 31, so 61 combined catches, and 14 TDs between the two of them. I think it's continue to do that, and yeah, because like the 16 picks is not that bad, but the 17 touchdowns is also not great, or like just under 3 touchdowns a game.
Yeah,
So you want to keep the ball to sustain those drives, and up that completion percentage a little.
yeah. Well said, man. Well said.
Yeah.
Division two.
Yes, sir.
Talk about Eric in Division four, but it's really in Division two where he balled out even more. Player of the week for Reject, 138 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Looking at the Division two standings now, it's getting tight, right? It's getting real tight. Nice Cities winning 4 straight games after starting 0-2, being 4-2 right now. Crazy how things change so quickly for them. Um,
Yeah.
I actually saw a few games here.
Rejects going 2-0.
Yeah, and Rejects winning this one 26-25. Um, Tigres were at their best at this game when they were going no huddle and hurry up. There must have been a drive where they scored in like under a minute here. Like, here they scored in under a minute, going hurry up, no huddles, and just made it look easy, right? I believe earlier in the game too. No interception there. Here another touchdown in under 2 minutes,
Wow.
and you could see that like it was just um like honestly, I thought Tigres were in total control of this game, up 12-0 at half. Even when Reject climbed back, Tigres scored, and then it was a bit of a head scratcher here. They were up 4 points, decided to go for one. Look, I was on that game, and the scorekeeper and the head referee, clearly said, announced the score and the time remaining. They still opted to go for one. They got the 1 point convert. They were celebrating, and then Ryan Dobbs. Actually, I'll rewind a little bit. Tigres were down 2 points. Nestor throws a ball that was kind of underthrown, and Giovanni has a chance to pick it off, end the game there. He goes for the pick. It bounced off both his hands, and unfortunately into the hands of Joshua Hernandez for the touchdown, for the go-ahead touchdown, with 31 seconds remaining. Giovanni, thinking he cost his team the game on that play, keeping his head up. Great attitude by all the reject players, especially Ryan Dobbs. On the very next play from scrimmage, Ryan Dobbs finds that Giovanni for 39 yards on a deep post drop over the top for 39 yards, bringing it within 6 yards of a touchdown. So like it was crazy how he went from like 0 to hero in the like, split second, right? Like there's no, like can't really get lower than where he was. And to stay on the field and off, usually you'll see a player like take himself out of the game, say like, oh, screw that, like I suck, whatever. But like great like attitude by him, but also from his teammates to like pick him up, and like no one like gave him shit for it. They all said all good. Like he did the right thing, he was going for the pick and everything. And then to see him get that catch after, not only get that catch, get the win at the end of the game. It's like that interception meant nothing at the end. They got the dub. That's all that matters. So I really like seeing that, like Ryan Dobbs trusting him. Giovanni going there, making a huge play to erase that mistake. Could happen to anyone. So good on him. And yeah, so to go back to what I was saying, Tigres gets scored on the last play for rejects, and we kind of call the game because they're up. It was last play of the game. No need to do the convert. And Tigres are losing their mind because they're saying, no, it's 25-25. And sometimes someone says something and like you have like a little doubt in your mind. It's crazy how this time I was like so positive because I literally remembered both 1 point converts that I think Eric caught both of them in back-to-back touchdowns for rejects. And like we said the score so many times throughout the game. I don't know if they weren't paying attention and they had people on the sideline, and that people on the sideline arguing with us about the score, and like we have a scorekeeper, we have two great referees in that game, and it's unfortunate that Tigres think like we were out to get them. No. It was 25-25, but you know what? We just want to end the game here, so we're gonna give an extra point to rejects for the fun of it. Like obviously it's not that. Obviously the score is actually 26-25. So look, there's no maximum number of times you can ask for the score, right? So you ask for the score as much as you want, ask for the time as much as you want. We'll gladly give it to you. We even announce it often enough, so you just got to be a little more aware because that loss was pretty costly for Tigres, right? They were sitting at 2-1, now they're 2-2, sitting at the last playoff spot there. They're playing against Respect, huge game. Both teams sitting at 2-2, so that's going to be crazy. But that's definitely not a game that Tigres needed to drop. And now look, rejects, like you said, 2-0, sitting at 4-2. Did they start 0-2 this season? Yeah, they started 0-2, 4 straight wins. Now, playing against Ben, who's that game could go either way for them, right?
And now we got to talk about the Villains, right? Villains, they only played 4 games, but they're at the bottom. I believe they're 1-3 right now. I never thought that would, that would happen, right? With the team and the just the talent they have.
Yeah, and Sam leading the way here, but that's when Dobbs throwing for 6 touchdowns, almost 300 yards there, taking care of business. Shout out to Jean-Sébastien Saint-Arnaud, 6 sacks in this game, 9 total tackles. Great game by him. You got Lambert, Eric, Giovanni all getting a pick. Ali with another sack in this one. Great game all around. Another game that shocked me. Nice TDs beating Respect 37-34. Not only did it shock me that Respect loses this game, Steve throwing for over 300 yards but 3 interceptions. Look, you have James and Laurent with double-digit catches in this game. James 10 for $111, 2 touchdowns. Laurent 14 for 108, 3 touchdowns. They seem unstoppable, but somehow, some way, nice TDs find a way to win this one. That Guillaume to Andrew Grant connection is pretty remarkable.
They're on a high right now. No Ben Faubert too, who missed these 2 games, and he was the number one option for this team.
Top of it, number
And
one option over Andrew Grant.
wait, statistically, he was. I mean, if you look at
Oh, well, not
the
anymore.
stats, yeah, yeah. So, and Andrew now making more than a name for himself as already being solidified. They're making. I heard they're making a statue of him for the nice TDs. But yeah, 5 catches, 96 yards, 3 TDs there, and he was able to get a pick. Man, this nice TD team, they look like a kind of this fun college team that's able to, produce in all cylinders. They go deep. They're able to get stops on defense. And with the quarterback change now and Simon Valiquette still staying on the team, this is a team that is peaking at exactly the right time. And I'm super pumped for the game against Double Dippers this
Yeah,
weekend.
huge game because Double Dippers have been perennial, probably one of the best regular season teams in MFL history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, who has better seasons, season to season than Double Dippers? Like I think they always finish atop the standings, and I do believe they might be without their boy David Brisson, but they have Pio, who's a great backup. Can't really ask for a better backup on that squad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, definitely interesting to see that game. And then Double Dippers have a double header against Average Joe, so it's going to be a great battle for them. Those 2 games are huge for them. Bin also with a double header, Rejects and Villains. It's going to be a great Saturday of Division 2 football.
Damn, that Tigres respect game looking pretty good. Average Joe's Villains, almost a must win for the Villains. Yeah, like you said, Bins with that doubleheader, average well a bunch like
So Division 1 now. You see Alex Valiel leading the way with 12 sacks, 5 more than Khalil, who's second place. Actually, let's see if it's, the games played have anything to do with this. So Khalil has 1 game in hand, but Alexandre Valier is still averaging 2 sacks a game. Uh,
impressive.
yeah, very impressive, especially in Division 1 where like I feel especially with the Russia as you go up a division, it's harder to sack those quarterbacks, right? Because you have fewer running quarterbacks and pocket passers tend to get the ball off quicker. So it just goes to show how fast this dude is. Only the lone game of Division 1 to cover this past weekend, 33-25. Pocket Rockets still in search of that first victory for them. Jonathan Plot, 24-41, 207, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Look, Pio didn't have a bad game statistically, 25 of 42, 222, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Look, great ball distribution. Can't really say anything about that. Getting everyone involved. A different touchdown scorer for each of his 4 touchdowns. Jeremy being a huge piece of this offense. So is Thomas Côté-Parent. Like, what do Pocket Rockets got to do to get that first victory, man?
It's tough, man. I really feel like they're close, and I didn't think this game would be all that competitive, and it was. It just seemed to be kind of a one-man show, right, for KOLB. Jeremy, 9 catches, 118 yards, 3 TDs. Being that it's weird to see that, and Alex Valier only having the 1 catch for 7 yards, but maybe that's the way Pocket Rockets were playing defensively. It's tough. They're going to have to come into a game, and it's going to have to be where PO throws 1 pick or less. I think once you throw 2 picks, it's tough um, to come back from that. Although we have seen it, right? There's a game this year where Plu threw 4 picks and they won, but you really want to try
Yeah.
to limit picks to 1 to none. And this was a close one. I really do feel like they're getting closer to that victory.
Yeah, Boucher's a baller, man. Getting both picks in this game. He's clearly a Division 1 stud. Yeah.
And he was just is a sub or is on this team.
Sorry?
Is Gab Boucher is just subbing, I think,
No,
right?
no, he's on the team now.
Okay, official because he missed a few games.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a good squad.
Hey, Team Outlaw showdown here. Huge game with crazy playoff implications, right? Like if you guys beat Pocket Rockets and A team lose to Outlaws, you guys swap spots there in the standings, right?
It's true. And then let's say Outlaws lose 3-2, we'd be 3-2. We have the tiebreak over Outlaws.
Yeah, but you guys are playing again.
Yeah, so just for now, I think they'd be four, we'd be three. So yeah, a lot. That's if we win.
A lot to dissect there, eh?
Yeah, that'll be man. Well, if I had to ask, yeah, let me put you on the spot. Who do you think finishes with the one seed? Well, maybe we'll talk playoffs next week. But if I had to, if you were a betting man, which some say you are, who finishes with that all important one seed and gets the bye?
I think I'm saying Outlaws, but it's also the easy answer since they have the fewest number of losses right now,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, I mean it's fairly easy, but a lot of, I mean, question marks at the quarterback. Like, is who's their QB? Is it Brady? Is it Steve? Is it Max?
Yeah. I mean, safe to say, no matter which option of those three it is,
They're in good hands.
they're the favorite, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, true.
yeah.
That'll be right after. Okay, I think I have to stay. That I'll have my lunch a little later then because I want to watch that one.
I don't think it's at the same park as what you're playing at.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
Is it not?
it's not.
Sugar.
You got three out of the top four players in receiving yards led by KOB over here.
Wow.
David Daou has a pretty solid case for quarterback of the year midway through the season, eh?
27-5. Good completion percentage.
It's real tight between him and Plourde.
Yeah, wow.
But I mean, more touchdowns and fewer INTs. I think I'm giving him the slight edge here. Even
Yeah,
the
Dave
even the converts, look how dead, look how close it is.
was 5, 6. Holy cow! Flew with more passing yards.
How come you have so many
You
one
know,
point converts? Don't you always go for two?
the what?
Don't you always go for two?
Oh, the Wolves?
Yeah,
Yes. Wow, we have 6 1-point conference. Right, I didn't even think we went for 1 6 times.
yeah.
Yeah, what did we do? But no, the yeah, I'll give the edge to Dave.
Ali, the front runner for defensive player, followed by Joey. Actually, Joey's three pick sixes he might have the edge right now. Who would you say is the front runner?
Oof,
Or
that's
Alex
tight.
Valliere with 12 sacks, he got two safeties.
Oh, that is really tight.
I'd say those are my top three. But look, like, would you trade a pick six for a pick for two extra pick sixes? I think I do. Pick six guarantees the points on the board, right? Like Joey's got 18 points to himself on defense.
That
Like,
is
what if
true.
after Ali's fifth interception, Pio just threw a pick right after?
It's yeah. No, I think I'm going Joey front runner 1A and 1B Ali.
Maybe I'll even see because Alex Valliere, 12 sacks in 6 games. You don't have him up there?
I have him at I put him at 3.
He has two safeties as well. That's 4 points and the
Yeah,
ball.
true, true.
Yeah.
What about our? Oh, no, we checked receiver, right?
Yeah, it was
What about
Jeremy.
TDs?
Touchdowns?
Wow,
Yeah, Jeremy Triple Crown right now.
damn,
Receptions, yards, and touchdowns.
impressive.
Very. Well, look, the KLB have a pretty nice, I'll say three-headed monster, but it's actually four, five. You could have Jeremy Rindo Demers, Alex Valliere, Alex Gonzalez, Avery, and Simon Duchesne lining up on your offense. And now you even had Gaboucher. It's a plethora of weapons right there.
Yeah, it most definitely is.
So is that it for today? It was a pretty good show. Did we cover everything? We did all 5 divisions: women's, Laval, Brossard, Brossard 2.
Oh, you said to remind you about writing people
Oh
something. I
yeah,
think.
we had to remember that while we were talking about Laval and Brossard.
No, there you
Yeah,
go.
we're looking for writers for Laval and Brossard. So if you're interested in writing for the league, spelling doesn't have to be that good, just slightly better than Kevin's. It'll do. Let me know. We're paying. It's not pro bono, not paying much, but it's a little something. Plus, you'll be part of the media crew, which is always fun.
A little some.
Yeah. All
What
righty.
predictions?
What division you want to go to?
I'll do Div 2.
Really?
E.
I think I'll do Div 2 as well. What you got?
I remember there's a lot of good games. Okay, let's see. Double dippers, villains. My gosh, who doesn't have a doubleheader?
We don't.
Touche. Okay, you're going dip two as well.
Yeah. I already got mine.
Yeah, I have one too.
Go ahead.
So the villains are right now sitting in dead last.
Yeah.
Not only do they go 2-0 this weekend, but in their two games combined, they have a plus minus of at least plus 50.
So they're crushing their opponents.
They're winning both of those games by an average of 25 points.
That's bold.
Yep.
So Double Dippers average Joes. Does that game remind you of something?
Oof. Man, a lot of fireworks.
Didn't we call that game in a live broadcast?
Oh my gosh. That's when Jason was yelling in Italian and
Who won
the
that
huge
game?
upset. The Joes.
Obviously, because Double Dippers don't have any championships, but they've gotten to the finals in that game at least. So Double Dippers have came from behind in a very impressive way against Kevin's Phoenix, right?
It was 20 to zip, I think, eh?
20 is it or 19 is it?
I thought it was 20.
Yeah. In this game, Double Dippers are going to take a 20 to zip lead and lose in overtime to Average Joe's.
Oh no. Or the reverse.
Yep.
Do they at least win against Niceties in the morning?
I doubt it.
Um,
I'm rooting for them though. I'd like for them to win.
Nicey is looking for that 5th straight dub.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote, eh?
Yeah.
Got a jam-packed weekend of football again. A bunch of Montreal, Laval, Brossard games. Very exciting. As always, if you have any questions or need any information, write to us. If you want to be a writer, let me know and you can start writing for the league. We have great work benefits.
We'll
If
tell
you're
you that
curious,
in person.
what?
We'll tell them that in person.
Yeah, well, if you're just come discuss and we'll talk to you about all of them. I feel I'm missing something, but yeah,
We're good. This is a longer show.
yeah,
Whether is it supposed to rain this weekend? It probably is.
probably is. Yeah,
Yeah. What are you gonna do? So just Darcy and Arthur this weekend, eh?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Next week,
Right,
when
man.
is the Bear?
Is it the week after? I think it's the week after. We're at the Bear.
Okay, bless up.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
So we'll see you all on Saturday. Be there, be square. Yeah.
Yeah, but bring us a pizza. I haven't been to my pizza place in a while because I haven't been to La Bear.
I'd be down for a Gatorade. If someone brings me a
Yeah.
Gatorade, actually Stu, my boy Stu, and well, Kevin doesn't count because we kind of take his Powerades, but I still asked him and he said yes, so thanks, Kevin. But do you prefer Gatorade over Powerade, or you don't have a preference?
Yeah,
Something
for
can be
Gatorade.
exclusive? Yeah.
Yeah, Gatorade's one.
My boy Stu hooked me up with a red Gatorade this past weekend. But seriously, if someone brings me a Gatorade, I'll talk about you in length this upcoming on the next podcast episode.
Like that. Save for me, but make it a nice cap, and you're in my good books.
Isn't everyone in your good books?
That depends. Not if you're a Patriots fan.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah.
And see y'all soon.
Good night, y'all.